Weaponize the news every time I scroll. Come for my guns, but I lock and load. Prime from my hands when I go cold. Pray to the Lord, but they want your soul. They gonna have problems if they come to my home. Till they get my message, I'ma say it slow. Scrolling through the news, anxiety, it starts to hit me. Bible by my pistol by my whiskey. Politicking just to trick me. If you want it, come and get me. But if you sliding through that door, it's a Sammy. Fight for the stripes, but the blood still dripping. To the grave, all waving and the flag still whipping. They want my liberty, they won't strip it. They want my land, they won't get it. My grandfather's blue collar's dirty and frayed, cause he keeps rolling in his grave for what they did to this place. These colors don't run, and neither do I. We come from a long line of fighting this fight. This flag's gonna fly when it's all said and done. These colors don't run. No, these colors don't run. These colors don't.
Hey, Cindy. Hey, Darlene. Now, can you hear me? I was, Darlene. Well, there she is.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, Gator Girl.
Hi, Gator. Hopefully you're feeling better.
Monday, she comes back. Whoop, whoop.
Yay.
No more Tina. Yay.
Hey. Love Tina, too. I'm going to turn my camera off. I just look like a mess after today after turning my camera off. But I'm here.
Okay.
Okay. There we go. There's my Detroit Lions.
Are you doing okay?
Yeah, it's been a rough week. Unfortunately, it was her birthday when we buried her, so today. It was a tough day. But I'm okay.
I'm sorry. I've been praying for you.
Well, thank you very much. She was a wonderful woman. She lived, well, it was her 82nd birthday, so she had a full life, so that's wonderful.
These past 3 days has been hard. It's been emotional. Yes. I've been up and down and crying and.
Me too. Me too. I bet everybody in chat has too. So I only caught like the last bit of today because I was gone. So they're all free?
All of them that isn't, I believe there's like 6 that has charges from before J6, and they're being held on them charges, but all the J6 charges has been pardoned and released. There's a few that still has to go to their state and take care of what charges they have on them. Like Jeremy's going back to Florida. Jeremy
Okay.
Brown. He's going back to Florida to take care of them charges that they put on him. And then Dominic, he's got a couple of charges that's misdemeanors, but you know how the states are doing.
Oh yeah.
So they have to go to them and clear them up. But the ones that only had J6 charges got released. All of them.
Wonderful. That is so awesome. I'd love to hear their stories, and I'm sure we will.
Yep, we will. And I hope and pray it's not as bad as what we think it is that they went through. I believe there's some stories that's some bad stuff that happened to all of them,
Yes.
and it's gonna break our hearts.
Yeah. I can't even imagine. I don't want to. I want to, but I don't. But it sure was wonderful seeing them reunited outside.
Yep, Jonathan and Olivia. Oh my Lord, I cried like a baby.
I did too.
And then when Jonathan got out and his dad was crying and praying with him, I mean, Kim texted me to check on me, and I was still, I just couldn't. I can't see how our government is so evil. I mean, I know there's evil people and evil in this world, but that was a different level. Seeing how they hurt the families and children, and it just took it to a new level for me when I seen all the. I mean, it was happy tears, but still, though, what the government put them through.
Right. I'm just checking chat to see who's here.
Anybody wants to come up.
Yeah. ABD, hello. Darlene, hello. Gator, good to see you.
And I'm so happy that Gator's feeling better.
Me too. I was real worried about you, Gator. How's your sister? Is she better? Mine are heavy too, darling. It was a very difficult thing to watch.
My dad asked me today. He came down here to check on Sky because we hadn't been up there a couple of days because we've been watching Storm, watching the releases. And he came to check on us. And he says, Tina, have you been drinking? I've been watching me. He says, your eyes are so bloodshot and red. And Sky says, Papa, she's been ugly crying. Because Sky thinks when I cry, I wrinkle up my face, and she calls it an ugly cry. I said, well, Sky, you have too. She says, Mama. She says, but I cry pretty.
Oh, sweet.
I said, girl, you ain't right. Go sit down.
Well, look where she came from. Just kidding. Mama's
she's my mini-me.
Yes, she is.
But I'm like you. I'm glad they're reunited with their family and friends and children, and I'm happy. But it's just I don't know. I'm gonna miss them. I'm
And
gonna
to,
get some.
oh, Gator, that's hard to do. They say I'm supposed to do that as well for my diabetes, but I can't. So what's the
Shoot,
next?
I eat all the time. They ain't no little small things. I just eat.
So you guys, what's the next step? I mean, Meg's really got me thinking. What's the next step? How do we get these people back on their feet? They've been through so much. Is there anything we can do? I know prayer always works,
Yeah.
but
There's different groups out there. Like I know I know about 5 or 6 that are helping them rebuild their life. And there's a place in Texas that are building tiny houses for the ones who lost their homes and stuff to help them get on their feet. I mean, there's groups that are helping them. The ones that don't have any family or that everything
right.
was taken from them, they are people helping them. Because I do believe one time, now I'm not 100% sure, but Storm was going to go to Texas to help with that group to help get them up on their feet. He did mention that one time. And then I seen in Meg's chat where somebody put that he was going to come here to North Carolina. So I don't know which way he's going, but he'll do something because he's just that great of a person. He has that big of a heart. He ain't going to just sit around.
No, he won't. Oh, Darlene, we will pray for Jeff.
Yeah, we'll pray for Jeff.
Amen, Gator Girl. I do know that Soup Mama is in North Carolina right now. I don't know if you guys still follow her or not.
Do you know exactly where she's at? Which?
Dang. She said it. She was live not too long ago. She popped up and she was live and
Because see, Boone isn't but like 30 minutes away from me. Like I said, we was so lucky. We was so lucky. Trap Hill, the town or city above me got hit, but the area I live in, we just had like the trees and the road wash away and little things, nothing major, because it was coming down from the mountains.
Right.
So we was so lucky.
She was, I guess she got up there and found out that they're using burn barrels now for heat, and I guess she had taken, excuse me, some supplies up, but I can't remember how much. I'll have to rewatch it.
I believe I heard someone say that Trump was coming tomorrow.
Yes, he is.
I believe it's tomorrow.
Yeah, it is.
To see everything and to get things going finally.
Yeah, because Soup Mama said if they were waiting for him to be there tomorrow. And where is Tracy?
She must be with her husband because I don't believe I seen her in chat today. Well, of course, it was flying so fast that I couldn't even read hardly any of it because I'm special like that. It takes me a second to read something. So I don't. She may have been in there and I didn't see her, but usually she'll say sneaking in like Tina and have my name highlighted and I can see it.
Yeah.
But I didn't. I'm pretty sure I didn't see her today. So I don't know.
Okay, Gator, enlighten me, or Darlene. Jeff, I can't remember. Is that your son, Darlene, or a brother? Can I ask that?
Oh, Tracy, are you sneaking in? Where are you? Remember the last live we was needing technical support and then Party Bonds just showed up.
Yep, that's right. He did.
So we got to call them out and they'll show up.
Okay, Darlene, I wasn't sure. I couldn't remember. There's been so much going this week. My memory has been half of it.
I know. I forgot to take my shot the other last night with everything going on.
Oh my gosh, last night was so emotional and so happy and so sad and so happy and so sad and so happy. It's crazy.
I know.
A good crazy.
That's why Gator texted me and said she was going to be in chat because she wanted me to make her laugh. And I was thinking, past 3 days haven't been too happy. I ain't been too joking and carrying on. I got to get back in my mojo.
Yeah, I hear you. Me too.
Oh, see, speaking of the devil, there he comes every time. Tracy, where are you at now?
Gator, that's your dog, right? Tebow? That's her dog,
Yeah,
isn't it?
that's her dog. Her puppy she's getting.
Oh. Aw. Hey, Party. Good to see you. We spoke your name and you appeared. Did you feel summoned?
Did you feel our eyes on you? Was your ears a burning? If that's the case, Tracy's would be on fire.
Yep. Tracy, Tracy, Tracy. Darlene, you can come up too.
Oh, that's nice, Gator.
Oh, that's sweet. What kind of dogs are they again? Are they the small ones, the little, are they Yorkies?
But girls kind of have an attitude, though. Are you sure you want somebody with an attitude?
I thought they were Yorkies. Oh boy, Yorkies do have attitudes.
Call her Tiba.
You read my mind, Tina. I was just going to say that, Tina. Then we can blame everything.
Tiba, call it Tiba.
Tiba.
Tiba. Come here, Tiba.
I know your cat has an attitude. We've seen it.
Sit, Tiba. Good
Tiba.
girl. Darlene, what would you name it if it was a girl? Gator's puppy.
What's your
All
cat's
of
name?
all of Sky's pets, I tried to get boys because, well, Nono's a girl and she's got an attitude, but
Mm-hmm.
most of them are boys because they seem to be easygoing and don't attack, and they're pretty. I know that one hamster Sky had was a girl,
Mm-hmm.
Kimmy. Lord, every time I stick my hand to feed it or to clean out its cage, it would just tear me up.
That's the one that got you the other day, huh?
Yeah.
Suggestions. Okay. Names. I don't know. What about
Eva.
that sitting next to you? How about Bubbles? Let's see. I'm reading my drink bottle. That's why I said Bubbles. No. Okay. What's your cat's name, Gator? I forget.
Sierra. Sierra. Um, Tina. Cindy.
Yeah.
Candy. Um,
Cotton Candy. Marley is your cat's name.
call it Marlena.
There you go. Marlena. Um, I'm just drawing a blank tonight. Mimi.
Yeah, that's the way. That's the way Sky is. She has to see the animal and watch them, and then she picks up. She makes a name.
That's the best way, I think.
Because we
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 need
did
some
have a
better
cat before. We did have a girl cat before, and it passed away from old age. But it was it had an attitude too, and we named it Sassy because it would go around and would clean her paws all the time. If she walked on something, she just was real prissy, sassy like. So we named her, or Sky named her Sassy.
Sassy and Prissy are cute. Diva.
Princess.
Now she's going to wait until to see when they are born. I think we gave you some good suggestions. But it's Tina's fault. Always Tina's fault.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm good. I'll take the blame. Just blame it on me.
You can
Like
do it.
blame it on the rain. Blame it on me.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, if it's a ginger color, you could call it ginger.
Or cinnamon.
Or what?
Cinnamon.
Oh, yeah, that's a nice name. I think Gator wants something with some spark to it.
Yeah, we're just not sparkling her.
Not tonight.
We've had rough days. We've had a rough week, so we're sparked out.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a cute one, Gator. Jumping Scruffy of Royal Palm Beach. You just call him Scruffy. That's so cute.
My nephew had a pit bull named Scrappy.
That's cool too. Cassie? That's my friend's name, Cassie. Her daughter. She named her Cassie. I've always liked that name. Oh, Casey. Well, that's my son's name. I like that name. You just spelled it with a K instead of a Casey. That's how I spelled my son's name. Now
That's
that one
about
is,
like what Sky's name. Sky, a lot of people spells hers SKY, and it just irritates her. She says, "My mama named me Sky, SKYE. Don't forget my E." I'm like, girl, sit down.
yeah, that's cute too. Okay, Gator. Okay, I got you. She's messing with us. She knows our minds are
I think
messed.
she is. I think she is. She's trying to be smart with us. Just wait till Monday. We'll get revenge.
What song was that, Gator? Did everybody else just burned out tonight?
They just watching.
Yeah.
Really, Gator girl. Yeah, I think you're. I'm going to look that up after this, and it better be a song named that, because if you're playing with me, I'll get you Monday.
Oh yeah.
Well, that just don't sound like the name of a song. If you're playing with me, I'm going to get you.
Casey got hit with a speckle all in the morning. Oh my gosh. Is that one of the military songs that I'm thinking of? My dad used to run around. Oh my gosh. Was your dad in the military?
Yeah.
Gators was?
Yeah, remember she said on live that they went to different states, California, and she moved around because he was in the military?
Yes. I know what you're talking. Oh, girl. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Navy. My dad was a Marine.
My dad was prison. My uncle was the Army, the Air Force, and the Navy, but my dad was
Please.
he he got in trouble. I wonder where I get my tipper from.
Uh-huh.
That's why when he gets on to me, I say, you ain't got no room to talk.
I wish mine was still around so I could talk to him. That's the hard part. But I do talk to him. Sometimes I talk to him and yell at him. Dad, what did you do now?
What I do with my mom. Like, Mom, why'd you leave me hanging for? Help me.
Exactly.
Give me a sign. Do something to help me here.
Tell you, it's rough when you lose both your parents, man. I went through a feeling of like an orphan for a while. But I got over it. I'm not an orphan. I'm just a solo wanderer.
There you go. And now look at all the family you've got extra. You got extra family.
Yes, I do. And I love it. Everyone. I think Gator's itching to get on and start ribbing people. She's getting bored being there alone, huh? Where'd Party go? Did he go away?
He might be taking care of something.
Yeah. That's right. He does that.
He
stays
stays
off on-
busy.
Yeah.
He stays busy.
I don't blame him. I've been trying to. It's worked very well this week. Well, I did two, Gator, but it was even worse after they passed, even though it was I went through some similar situations as you did. And but after they both passed, it was, you never realize really that you really do love them, even though they weren't perfect. But that doesn't mean you can't be mad at them.
My uncle always told me that my mom and dad found me in a cabbage patch. I'm like, fine, be that way. You don't have to claim me, that's okay.
I'll claim you.
I know I'm a handful.
It's okay.
Scott will just look at me and say, Mama, I can't. I'm done with you.
Mhm. I've heard that from my daughter too.
And then in the next maybe 30 minutes, she'll come back. Mama, I'm sorry. I love you.
Oh,
I said, I didn't take it personal. I never get on your nerves.
my
I
daughter
get on
used
myself.
my daughter would get angry at me when she was younger, and she'd look at me and she'd say, "Okay, I really
Okay,
hate
let me get you.
Okay." My daughter would say, "Okay, now I really hate your guts." And I'd look at her and say, "That's okay. That means I'm doing my job, but I still love your guts."
I don't know. I think that would make. I hope I never have to find out, but I think that would kind of hit me in the heart. So
It does, but you got to remember they're saying it when they're angry. They don't
I know,
really.
but still, though, it would kind of make me feel a certain way. I mean, I wouldn't yell at her or nothing, but it would probably hurt my feelings.
Oh yeah. Mine did that when she was a teenager. She only did it a couple times. That was it. Thank God. I think she says it more now. No, I'm just kidding. She does. Well, there's Brett. Hi, Brett.
Hey, Brett.
Oh, hey, you know what? I was wondering if anybody else knew, because I saw a brief clip that said Trump was working on some other pardons. Does anybody know what he was talking about?
Do you know he runs some pro-lifers? I don't know if he's working on more of those or not.
It could very well be. And what's the march about tomorrow? Is that the pro-life march?
Yeah.
Okay. We are, Brett. Hope you're well.
Gator Girl was just in here. She's watching us on her TV now.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That makes sense, Party.
See, I told you he was watching us.
Uh-huh.
He was busy.
Yeah, he was looking at that other screen. But he's listening. How was your day, Brett? That's the World Economic Forum, correct? I'll have to go look at your page, Brett. It's on your page, right? Yeah, that's what I thought it was. I'd like to see that. I apologize for coughing in all y'all's ears. I'm trying to keep it under control.
You're all good.
It's just sinus drainage, that's all. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, Brett. What concerns you? Hi, Chilled. Oh, okay, I can look it up.
Hey, Chill. Only from my from my understanding, there are 6, but not all are in DC because they got other charges from the state that they was picked up at that they have to take care of before they're released. It's from my understanding. All of their J6 charges was dropped, but they still had pending charges from things before that they need to take care of.
Uh-huh. Well, that is concerning, Brett. I'm not a fan. Good, clean. Oh, coal. I read it wrong. You said good, clean coal, not cool. I'm still, AI just rubs me wrong.
Yeah, they've sent. I believe there's only, like I said, misinformation is running around. But from what I gather, there are six. I believe there's only one that was still in DC, but was being transferred out.
Uh-huh. I did hear
Is
that
my
too.
understanding. I believe that was Neely. I believe was his name. I'm not good with names. I mean, I'm sorry. I crap at it. Like names and things are just.
Uh-huh.
I believe his last name was Neely or Nelly.
I can't remember. Boy, that's a true statement, Party.
Nobody's perfect.
Nope. He's
I'm
much
sure the
better.
crap ain't. I'm surely the crap ain't. Sometimes I think me breathing's a mistake.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, we can agree to disagree, Brett. But I wasn't aware there were other candidates.
Yep, like I say, we can agree to disagree on things.
Yep. I guess I don't understand what you mean by being an establishment movement. I thought Melania was holding the Bible. I'll have to go back and look at that. Because I swore that Melania was holding the Bible and he had his left hand on it. But I'll have to go back and look again. Because that would definitely be disturbing to me. Hmm.
Well, maybe that's what he didn't lay his hand on. For some reason, I thought he had it above, above the Bible. He never touched the Bible. And maybe he has a problem with laying his hand on the Bible and swearing. Because I don't, I've always had a problem with people swearing on the Bible. I don't,
Too.
but that's just me. I just thought it was me that, so I just, like when you go on a court trial to testify or something, they'll say, lay your hand on the Bible and swear. Do you tell the truth? That crap.
Right.
And I don't believe I could do it. I would say, I'm sorry, I'm not laying my hand on the Bible, because I don't think you're supposed to swear on the Bible in my eyes, in the way I was raised. But that's me.
That's weird. See, my parents, I never even thought about not swearing on the Bible. My parents didn't teach me that. New thought for me.
Think about, I'm not telling you not to. It's just, I just never really cared for it. And I've never, I don't know, it just always hit me wrong. Like Party Bonza said, he don't really agree with swearing on the Bible. It's just something that I was brought up with.
Yeah.
Everybody does what they think's right, but with me, I just couldn't do it.
Right.
Myself, personally.
Yeah, it makes sense now that I stop and think about it. If you swear on the
Because it's
Bible,
like you're swearing on God.
right, and
To me, that's the way I look at it. Like whenever I got my last name switched back to my mom and dad's last name after my divorce, they wanted to swear me in that I testify that my name is what it is and that's my mother and father. And I said, here's my birth certificate. Here's everything you need to know about me. I had to give them my mailing address and give them my social security. I gave them everything. I said, but I'm not laying my hand on the Bible. I said, I refuse to. And then they said, well, do you affirm? And I said, yeah, I affirm, but I'm not laying my hand on that Bible.
Oh, Gator, I did not know that. That's a good one. But it makes sense, you guys, not to lay your hand on the Bible. I never really thought about it differently until tonight, right now. And then you swear on the Bible, and then you say, "So help me God."
Right.
That.
I'll affirm all they want me to, because I'm always going to tell the truth that I know. But I'm not going to swear on the Bible. I will not. And I will not swear on my child's life. I will not. I will swear on my life, but I will not my child either. Because I know growing up, they say, would you swear on your mama's life, or swear? You know how kids do it. I said, no.
Right.
I said, I'll swear on my life. Shoot, I ain't got nothing to lose. Go ahead, I'll swear on my life. I said, but I'm not going to. But that's just like childish, petty stuff, doing that. But when I got older, and like I said, when I went to court to get my name switched and everything, they wanted me to lay my hand, and I wouldn't. I refused to. And then they said, well, will you affirm? And I said, yeah, I will affirm.
God says not to swear a vow to him because you will probably break it and it will
Yep.
be thought a hypocrite. That makes total sense. Yeah, I caught that, Chilled, when he replied, I do. This was my first inauguration that I've ever watched, ever, in my 65 years. I've never watched one until this one. You're just bored, Gator. But it's cool you're back. You educated me. Well, you educated
Yeah,
me.
educated us. I mean, I didn't know it was in the Bible about it. It's just the way I was brought up and the way I believed. I mean, I didn't have no verse or nothing to back the way I feel, but it was just how I feel.
Uh-huh.
Thank you, Gator.
I
So now if
appreciate
anybody has a problem with it, they can look it up.
it. Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I don't. It's just like I say, I'm just me. I have some weird quirks about me, but that's just one that I until Perry Bonza mentioned it, I kind of thought I was the only one that felt that way. And then Gator talked, and she felt. I was like, dang, I'm not the only one that felt that way all my life.
You were so right, Gator. We did need scripture backup. I wish I knew it as well as you do. But I'm learning more and more with you every time.
She's great.
Yes, she is. Love my Gator girl. Oh. Do you have a, Gator, do you have what's it called? A concordance? A big one? Is that what it's called? Concordance? Yeah, that. That's what I'm talking about.
Darlene Monday, she'll be back, and we'll be back. We'll be back. We'll be back with it.
Yep. Oh, I do too, darling. It surrounds me.
Gator, I got a question for you. You ready for this one? And nobody in chat make fun of me either, or nobody that watches this after, or not say nothing about it. But my mom, I guess, gosh, probably about 20 years ago, because I'm like dyslexia and all that, she got me a Bible. And this is what y'all will pick on me about. I know as soon as I say the name of the Bible, it's called the Rainbow Bible. But it talks like we do now, but it's translated from the real Bible. It's a King James version of it, but it's called the Rainbow Bible. Is that a good Bible, because you know how people adds and takes away from the Bible.
Right.
But I've always wondered, because it talks like we do now. It don't use like the old speech and things like that in it. Talks like we do today. And my mom thought that would help me understand it better when she bought it for me.
Gator, that's what I have as a Strong's Concordance. But I've never heard of the Rainbow Bible, believe me.
And it has like God's words highlighted in it like a regular Bible.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. Okay, good. Good.
Okay,
Good.
good.
She didn't hurt me.
Nope.
But I know the name of it would get some attention because it's the Rainbow Bible, but it's not really, you know what I mean.
Right.
I still got mine and I was going to pass it along to Sky, but I wanted to make sure before I did.
Yeah.
Because I've upgraded.
Uh-huh. I'm gonna check it out, Gator. I got a couple of young ones for grandchildren.
And back then it only came in like hardback, and I liked that because I was scared that the back would rip or bend, because they all was made out of like paper bags.
Right.
And this one that my mom got me is like a hardback one.
That's awesome. Has Sky expressed any
Well, she has Bible stories, little, children's Bible stories, the
right.
Lord's Prayer and things. She has that, and we pray every night. And while the vigil was going on and they was releasing, she wanted me to pray with her. That's why I would say a few times, "I'll be right back," so she was getting upset and was wanting to
Oh.
pray and things like that. So she does. But she says, instead of like we say praying, she says, "Mama, I'm going to talk to Jesus.
Aw.
Let's talk to Jesus." She don't say pray. She says, "Let's talk to Jesus."
I love that.
Okay, I'll look after this. See, I got you, Gator. I knew you was talking to me. I've been called so many things. I'm used to it.
I gotta look at this one. Now you guys have me curious. I have this one. Let me pull it out of my headboard. called The Answer to Happiness, Health, and Fulfillment in Life. The Holy Bible, a translation for our time with selected writings by leading inspirational authors. The New Century Version. Has anybody ever heard of that one?
No, but they got so many now. I mean, that's what was confusing me. That's why I wanted to ask Gator about the Rainbow Bible if she heard anything about it.
Right.
Because I don't want to pass anything along to Sky that will confuse her or get her,
Right.
messed up.
Oh, wow. I didn't really pay attention to this until just this minute. But it has
Gator.
writings.
No, I haven't heard of it.
Huh. It's got a writing in here from Robert Schuller, and after his writing, it has the book and the verses that he.
Now, my mom, she had a study Bible where it would talk like normal language, but then on the side of it, it would have the verse in King James Version that it came from, so you could look at it to make sure it was correct.
Uh-huh.
Love you, Gator.
Later.
See, Darlene, I'm getting better with chat, aren't I?
Wow. God bumps you in the head sometimes. I just got bumped. I just looked over. I opened to a page and looked over, and it's in Exodus. It is about property laws. One of the things it says here, suppose a man starts a fire that spreads through the tom bushes to his neighbor's field. If the fire burns his neighbor's growing grain or grain that has been stacked, or if it burns his whole field, the person who started the fire must pay for what was burned. Okay. Huh. Interesting. I'll just have to get into this one.
Darlene and Party Bones, how do you feel about tonight?
Yeah, they were both in Meg's chat. That's what you're talking about, right?
No, I'm talking about at the corner about everything.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'd like to hear their opinions or what they thought, whatever you want to call it. Yes, the
So, like I
vigil.
said, I'm sad that we're not going to be able to meet meet up. We kind of got our
This is it.
routine, but
We're
I'm
not
also happy that they're with their
right.
families and going to start rebuilding and trying to get back what was took from them, and they
Yeah,
have their freedom. But
right.
that's why I said it's bittersweet. But yeah, the vigil. I know when Jonathan Pollock came out without his sister Olivia, I just busted out crying.
Me
I
too.
felt so angry and so hurt and upset for Mr. Pollock and his wife and Jonathan. I was like, evil. That was evil upon evil. How they it just wasn't right. And then I lost it, and I couldn't really handle taking care of the chat anymore. Kim
Right.
texted me and asked me if I was okay, and I was like, I can't. That I mean, I know there's evil in the world and mean people, but seeing his daddy cry and pray and Jonathan cry, it just took
Yeah.
me to I just seen a higher level of evil that I didn't think existed just hit me in the face.
Mhm.
And I cried. I mean, I cried. Sky was crying, and Sky was. I mean, I done the ugly cry. I didn't do no cute cry like Sky says. Sky says she cries cute. I got the ugly cry. I mean, I cried like a baby. I mean, 2 boxes of Kleenex and my T-shirt.
Oh,
I was all. I mean, I was.
I was like
I was.
that. I was like that the first day that they were supposed to be released. I cried my balls out that night. It was awful.
I cried too, but for some reason that situation just hit me.
Mhm.
Like, and then I thought that this could happen to any of us, and we can't
Absolutely.
protect the ones we love. Like I say, I'm gonna fight and stand up and my life's breath for Sky, but in the end, I can't protect her from evil. Evil's
Right.
gonna, I, and it just killed. It just got me. It just hit me. I mean, it just got me good. If it wasn't for Kim texting me, I would still be in the wrong mindset, I guess, because she talked me through it and everything, and calm me down. But I mean, I was I was out of it.
Yeah, that was pretty emotional when they sang. And when he prayed and cried, that was just, that's where I broke. But not like
And
I did first.
then Jonathan, I think, felt bad that he got out and not his sister. He would have for sure said, "Let my sister go first."
Mm-hmm.
That's what they wanted. They wanted to hurt the. That's why I said it was more evil than I've ever seen. The way they done it,
I agree.
because Jonathan would say, "Let my sister take my place. I'll go the next day." He would do
Right.
that in a heartbeat.
Okay, here's a question I have. Someone made a statement that that the prisoners should sue for what has happened to them. My question is, who would they sue? The government or the jail? I'm not quite clear on what
Can
that
you
was.
say Can you say that again?
I said someone had made a statement about the day sisters should sue over this mistreatment, etc. But who would they sue? Is my question. The government or the jail or even the warden himself? Who? I don't understand. Got any thoughts on that, Party or Darlene?
I think they all need to be held accountable. Every single one of them.
Oh,
The
you mean
jail,
the guard?
yeah. Well, some of the guards was good to them.
Right.
Jonathan has said some of them really, really took took care of them, and now not all. That's about like with police officers. There's some good and there's some bad. The
Right.
first batch that was there at the beginning, they was terrible. Oh
Yeah,
dear Lord,
I
it was
remember.
bad. But Jonathan said that there's several of them that would talk to them and give them a thumbs up and would sort of advocate for
Right.
them. So I don't believe all of the. I believe it just needs to get looked into, and each
Yeah.
one of them, the ones that done wrong, needs to be held accountable. Like everybody in the government needs to be held accountable. The House, the Senate, the Congress, everybody. This not being held accountable is why we got the way we. To me, is why we got the way we are now, and it had to take Trump to come in so that he would listen to the people's voice. And then you go back to the government being so big, so huge now. Which that's where Doge is supposed to step in and cut out all the unnecessary things. So I don't know. Party Bonds is better at explaining. But to me, it starts with them being held accountable for the ones that did wrong. Did wrong. Every one of them. Even the snack machines, even the cooks and things need to be held accountable for giving them soured milk and rotten food. Even them, they need to be held accountable. All of them.
Even when I heard that there were rat droppings in their food, I almost lost it. I can't.
Yeah, even the staff, even the cooks, or whatever you call them, dietitian or whatever. Even they need to be held accountable. Every one of them.
But isn't it in a prison? Isn't it that the cooking staff is prisoners, or do they hire outside people to go in and cook?
I think they hire outside people. I think in the Northern Neck unit, when Mickey went up there for a meeting on the food, it was hired out. They had people coming in to take care of that. I could be wrong because DC is a part of us.
Right.
And why our government's in DC, I don't know.
I don't either.
But since they're not part of us, I don't know how they do it. But I know Northern Neck, when they had the meeting about the food and about them not give them enough or nutrition value and the people getting sick from eating it and everything.
Mm-hmm.
It was said that they leased it out. So I don't know.
I don't know either.
And there was a nice seeing guy there too with Nicole. I wish we would have seen Timmy and Brian, but I know they're good. Yes, they should. ABD. Everybody should be with integrity.
Very nice. Very nice, ABD. That's awesome. I'm so glad they didn't put them into the, what do they call it? After they release them from jail, they put them in, is it called a transitional living? Or a halfway house?
Yeah, halfway house.
Mm-hmm.
There was one that was having trouble getting out of it. The warden or whoever that put them in there wasn't signing the release form to get out of halfway house. And Susan had to call, and a bunch of the advocates had to call him and tell him, hey, he's a free man. He doesn't belong there. You've got to release him from the halfway house. They wasn't even doing that at the beginning. But of course, we know DC does like DC wants to do. We knew they would be the last ones out, and they didn't. They didn't let us down. They went kicking and screaming.
Yeah, they did.
Even found old charges to put on a few of them to get them postponed.
I was just remembering back when Cass Teller got released. They put him into a transitional facility for, I can't remember how long it was, 30 or 60 days, something like that.
And see, and Kim, I believe it was Kim, um, and me and Jay was even posting in Storm's chat when John Malice was supposed to be going to the halfway house. The prison wouldn't approve it, and he'd done his whole time in prison, and not because they're supposed to give you, I believe, 30 to 60 days in the halfway house so you can sort of, get your standing on being kind of free but not free.
Right.
And they didn't even allow him to go there.
You're right, ABD.
What it is, from now on, we're going to have to start making people be accountable for what they do, answer for it.
I agree.
And John Paul, it was good to see him too. He was one of the ones that had quite a bit of time there.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was so wrong for them to take them to the middle and set them out for them to walk to find
Yeah.
somewhere to get. That was so wrong.
Way wrong. When I heard that, I was flabbergasted.
Oh, Purdy's a little fireball, ain't he?
Yeah.
He's going. I believe he's going to become this famous attorney. You watch and see. He's
There you
going to make.
go.
He's going to do something. He's going to. And Jonathan's going to be. He's going to be. Really, all of them could.
Oh, yeah. You're right, darling. It was low down. Darn right evil.
Knowing that their families right there at the door waiting on them and load them up in the back and take them to the middle of town or whatever and set them out a few streets away. I mean, that's just wrong. That's just not right.
That's why they blocked off that back door. Yesterday, was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday or the day before, Glory B was screaming and she went around to the back door and they had it blocked off and they were told, you can't be back here. This is private property. You have to go around back to the front. And did you know, when I got up today, it was starting to, like, it was Sanal. Sanal was there. And I heard someone in the background I know it wasn't Glory, she wasn't there yet, but a lady in the background yelled out, "They're towing cars off the grass again." That's crazy.
Well, remember, last night they was telling, like, when Jonathan and Gregory and Uncle Bob and them was supposed to be out. They told Storm and Rebecca and Cherry to give them room to pull up there so they can have a little walk area to come up and to block the media off. They was using Storm and Cherry and Rebecca because they Jackson, I believe was the officer's name, knew them from down the corner and wanted them to sort of help them keep it sort of
Yeah.
right for them to get that they was going to get out of the van there and meet their Mr. Pollock and Mama and if any of the other ones had family right there. And then that time went by, never came. And then got update saying there was being never came. And then
Yeah.
they waited until they had moved down, and I guess they did take them into a police car or van and drop them off in town. And next thing you know, here comes Jonathan and Greg and uh, Uncle Bob coming down the street arm in arm singing.
Yeah,
Here they come carrying their bag. They heard the music and everything and knew where to go. And they kind of knew anyway because they had called in earlier that everybody was in front of the jail, so they knew kind of where they was.
right.
So I was like, "Dad, them low down people," which we knew how they are. So I mean, but flat out lied them, told them that they was gonna be dropped off there for them to stand there and make sure they have a good safe distance so they can get off the van and walk up there. Just plumb lie them. I
They
don't see
do.
how people can sleep lying. I mean, they're right to their face.
Yeah. You know, one of the things that I think that the government should do, President Trump, is he should order that every one of those day fixers has a psychiatrist or psychologist for them to talk to. And it shouldn't cost them a damn thing. Because you know that I do those guys right to their house. Then I need to decompress.
Yeah,
Killed, you've got a point.
I've been told that I'm too kind-hearted. That I need to be prepared for what we're going to hear come out their mouths of the way they've been treated in the Bureau
Yeah.
of Prisons and the jails, and to be prepared because there are going to be some bad things coming out what was done to them.
I want to hear it, but I don't want to hear it. But I have to face it. It was their reality. And it's reality that it's not just the drug. It's not just the other one, not but the other one. It's on the tip of my tongue. Oh goodness. Northern Neck. It's in
Yeah,
the those two jails. It's every jail in the country.
need reform in all of them.
Yeah. And maybe the J6s will get together and do that.
Yep, because I was told that they was chosen for this on that day. They they was the chosen ones, and there has to be a reason in the end. And I believe they're the ones who's going to make the changes because
Mm.
they've lived through it. They've seen what goes on in the prisons and in the jails.
And I'm sorry, but these attorneys that have cost them so much, that makes me so angry.
And then drop them
Yeah.
or don't do nothing for them but want them to take a plea deal for something they didn't even do.
Yeah. That's not right.
And I believe they need to reform the lawyers. Get them all up. Let's go. Just enough's enough of the bull crap.
I agree on that.
Oh man, I'm tired. Are you tired, Cindy?
Oh, I'm beat. I'm
Is
hardly
everybody
keeping.
else tired? Because we've had a long, rough week.
Yeah, the funeral was just icing on the cake as far as the emotions this week.
Yeah, I think my emotions got to me.
Hmm.
It's like a roller coaster. You was happy for the ones who got out, but then you was sad because of the ones who had. I mean, it was back and forth, back and forth.
Hmm.
And it just, then you were so excited. Yeah, they're coming out. Yeah, they're coming out. And then
That's
tomorrow. I'm like, what the
that.
heck? Come on now. But like at the beginning, we the people, we're gonna have to be the one that does the changes.
Right.
And we can't sit back anymore and fall asleep and let this happen again.
No,
I
we
mean,
got
yeah,
to.
we're glad Trump's in office, yeah, but we still got to keep our eyes on them because you never know. We can't just think he's perfect. He's going to make mistakes, and we've got to call him out on them mistakes.
Hmm.
I mean, it's our job. And see, we've been sleeping all these years, and look what it happened to us. We can't go back to sleep.
100%.
And like I said the other night, it's not just one man's gonna fix all this. We all done it. It's gonna take all of us to fix it.
Exactly.
I guess if anything this has taught me is to speak up and hold people accountable for what they do.
Yep.
Because if we don't, we'll end up in the same boat we have been in. And I
That's
don't
what.
know I don't know if we could take it again. It had us to our breaking point this last time. If Trump hadn't won to give us a voice, I just don't know. And it's scary.
Yeah, it is.
And I know this is my opinion, only my opinion that I know of. Nobody else has mentioned this to me. But in my eyes, the swamp and all of them, they want a new world order where we're all just one world. No
Yep.
United States, no Canada, no Mexico, just one world. And that's and they just about done it because they took the border away. That's their plan say. In my mind, that's what I mean. I'm not no conspiracist, but in my mind, that's what's been going on. I've been like they better accomplish what they. If we hadn't stood up and made it too big, we would probably just been in that one world order.
Yep. And that's written in Revelations too. I think it was Revelations. I read it about the New World Order.
Yep. And that's why I'm just that's why I say it's just gonna take all of us to be on it and pay attention and watch, and if we see anything, call it out and just don't let things slide no more, because when we let little things slide they become bigger until it's a snowball, and then we're in we're bad.
Mm-hmm.
But that's only my opinion. So if anybody hates it, they can get a hold of me. I think it was a plan for this new world order. I think that's what they wanted.
Yep, exactly. Oh,
And they was close.
Thank
They
you.
was close to getting it.
They sure were. I don't know about you, but I'm exhausted. My medication's starting to work. I need to go to bed.
Killed. God bless you and thank you for coming. But I think we're going to call it because we're all wore out and emotions and
Yep.
stress and everything. And tomorrow everything's going to be all right. I'm going play this while we leave. That reminds me of what Sky told me to say.
About a thing, every little thing is gonna be alright. I woke up this morning on my horizon. 3 little birds were on my doorstep, singing sweet songs, melody blowing true. And they said, this message is you. They said, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright.
Sky loves that little guy.
I do too. I love him. I have it saved on my phone. But I'm getting out.
All right. Good night, everybody, and thank everyone for coming.
Okay, we'll see tomorrow night, right?
Yeah, tomorrow night. I don't know exactly what time. I'll let you know
Okay, great.
because it may be earlier since we don't have. Oh, here we go. Gonna get sad again.
Yeah, don't,
But
yeah.
you know what I mean. I don't know
Um,
exactly what time. I don't want to say it.
okay,
So,
all
but
right.
then we got Megs too. I don't know
Yeah,
if he's gonna pop on. I don't know, but I think his is only Thursdays, and then if something happens, he pops on during the week. But I I'm new at this, so I don't know who's who, what time, who is. But I
uh,
do know Megs because Gators always talked about Megs being on Thursdays.
yeah, he's been on Thursdays for a long time.
Yeah. So I will see y'all
All right,
tomorrow, but
okay,
I'll put
all
a post up and I'll text you and let you know.
right, sounds great.
All right.
Night,
Love
everybody.
y'all.
Love
Good night,
you.
everybody. Good night, Darlene. And there anyone else in chat?